Hello everyone and welcome back for more Solo Crisis League. Today we are trying to wrap up Season 4 by finishing up Round 2. It's been a few weeks, but we're going to try and wrap it up so we can be done with Season 4 by the actual end of Season 4. We're catching up, we're getting there. Okay, so Season 4 leaves the ongoing effect of the starting crisis in play. So that means This World Is Ours is going to stay in play even after you beat it. So that means when you buy or gain a villain from the lineup, gain a weakness. That's the entire game. Not just the first crisis. So it also mixes with JSA. So we're going to start with Solomon Grundy, for example, and there's going to be JSA cards in there. And some of those starter cards we have might be a little more powerful than they usually are because they might have extra power. They might come into they might be able to be drawn more often. All sorts of things that the starting cards are able to do now. They're not really able to do outside the JSA pack. To make all this all a little bit easier, we're using Crisis Black Manta. We're going to use him a lot. We're going to use him as often as we can. So our victory point pool, which we'll slowly build, is going to basically be used exclusively for Black Manta and Frankenstein. And so his ability is once during each of your turns, you may pay 2 victory points. If you do, put a card from the destroyed pile on the bottom of the main deck. So we're going to do everything we can to gain victory points so we can keep building up that main deck and then eventually have a pretty strong one at the end of it so that we get most of the deck back. We're going to see how close we can get to that, but that's really the goal. So maybe we should just get right started on it. Okay, here we are. Push that up a little bit. There we go. Right there. Okay, get our first starting lineup. It's Oa. It's Dr. Savonia. It's Nanda Prabhat. Black Lantern Core, and Blue Lantern Power Ring. Now, when we buy a villain, we have to gain a weakness. Solomon Grundy, though, says... What is he? I believe it is he can't be bought when there's not a starter in play. Yeah, unless you played a starter, you cannot beat him. But that's pretty hard to do. I didn't even get my starters ready. Oh no. You get to watch the behind the scenes of counting 7 punches. Look at this exclusive content. Then, I'm going to go ahead and get myself 3 vulnerabilities. Crazy. Alright, then we'll shuffle that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. I did not screw it up. Alright, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay, so we're going to get our starting deck. We might go ahead and get rid of Dr. Savani. The problem is that getting rid of villains is going to gain us a weakness very quickly. So we're going to want to try and go for something like Oa, which is going to allow us to draw an extra card. So basically the entire game, if we get Oa, we could have 6 card hands. Not the whole game. The villain has to cost more than 10. So the first couple villains are out on that. But if we get it early enough, that's still an option. 1, couple vulnerabilities, 2 and 3. Obviously we're going to buy a kick. We don't want our turn to be useless, and a new card will come out. Katana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's move 1, 2, 3, 4 punches. Considering, do I want Nanda Prabhat? After each of your turns, you may gain 1 VP. If you do, pay 1 VP. If you do, choose any number of players. They look at the top card of their deck and may destroy it. Yeah, we will get Nanda Prabhat. And we're going to get it, and we'll destroy cards, and hopefully we can use those destroyed cards to put them on the bottom of the main deck and make that main deck nice and big. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go ahead and get our first new card out there. Iced Over. Nice. That's a way of getting victory points, so we're going to want that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power total. We're going to go ahead and get Oa. Or, you know, Oa's not going to be useful yet. Not for 2 more villains, honestly. So, but we'd have both locations already. Maybe I should do Katana and a kick. Because that's 3 power. We're going to go do Katana and a kick. I do really want Blue Lantern Power Ring. The issue is that I don't have any heroes other than the Katana I just bought. And soon to be Frankenstein. So now, yes. Basically, Blue Lantern Power Ring's only as valuable as the heroes you have, and I had none. Now I have a chance of getting Frankenstein, which is one of the better heroes. So 1, 2, 3 punches. I guess we'll go ahead and get another kick. Really just start stacking up on those kicks. Get a few in one turn and we're going to be good to go. Chlorokinesis. Still haven't bought a villain. Also need to be aware of... Oh no, I don't. Never mind. I was thinking of Crisis 2. We're playing Crisis 3, so we don't have to worry about Heroic Sacrifice or anything like that. But we do have to worry about a city destroyed. That could be in there. All right, Nana Prabhat, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power, which we will use to go ahead and get Blue Lantern Power Ring because it's a fantastic card. Hawk Girl, kind of like a Blue Lantern Power Ring. And we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power, which we're going to use to get iced over so that we can start getting some victory points out here. Copperhead. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're looking at 2 vulnerabilities here and 1, 2, 3 power spent on Hawk Girl. Hawk Girl's going to be the best use of that money because she is going to add up with some of our Blue Lantern power rings as well as counting our other heroes as well. It's kind of like another Blue Lantern ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, well, Blue Lantern ring is useless. 1 power and 1 for each additional hero in your discard pile, and you have played this turn, so it's just the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really did want to get rid of... I really wanted to get Frankenstein before getting villains, but we're going to use our 6 to get rid of Black Mask and Dr. Savannah, which is going to gain us 2 weaknesses, unfortunately, because each time you buy a villain in the lineup, you gain a weakness. Now, we are playing Crisis 3 without a Forever Evil base set, so we do also get 2 victory points, which we can use for black mana. 2, 3, 4, and 5. In fact, I'm thinking we want to use it right away. We are. We're going to spend those 2 victory points to put Black Mask on the bottom of this. Okay, yeah. We're going to spend it to put Black Mask on the bottom of the main deck. I actually would really like Dr. Savannah. I would hope to get his card if possible. But for now, I'm happy to do that. I don't think I put a new card out. I did not. Joker's Daughter. Why not? Okay, iced over. That's 3 power, and I can put a frozen token out. And that's going to allow us to get a victory point for each frozen token out there. So that's 1. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. What's just going on here? No. 6, we will use... I really wanted 7. I really did. I guess we'll go ahead and get 2 kicks. And then hopefully, with those 2 kicks, we'll get a little bit closer to where we need to be. New card coming out. Get rid of that frozen token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, how are we doing now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 power. Then we're going to count Hawk Girl here for 5. She counts heroes in our discard pile, which I don't think there are any. Nope, so it's just the 5 power. I'm going to go ahead and buy... Oh, well, we're not going to use it just yet, but it'll come up. It will certainly come up. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. New card coming out. New hero, Hero of the Future. We can also start contributing heroes to this world as ours. So Crisis 3 allows you to contribute heroes from your hand. You don't have to wait until you have all of them at once, or they're all in your discard pile, or whatever. You can contribute them right from your hand, and then once there's enough and there's no villains, it's beat. My theory right now, at least, is that I want to beat some of these higher cost villains before I get rid of any cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4 power we're going to use to go ahead and get Hero of the Future. Power of the Green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could really use a destruction card at this point. I've got 2 weaknesses floating around already, and that's not a great feeling. Alright, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's count those heroes. 7 total. We're gonna use that to buy Frankenstein because we need him. We need him. Maybe I don't need him yet though. Maybe I could get rid of the villain instead. There's not really a lot going on in the destroyed pile just yet, so let's go ahead and get rid of Joker's daughter. That is gonna get us a weakness, but also a victory point. So my thought process there is, yes, Frankenstein is great. It's one of my favorite cards in the game. The issue is that there's not a lot in the destroyed pile yet. So I'd rather just save him for later. He's not going anywhere just yet. Okay. We're gonna use Oa. You're out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna go ahead and freeze Frankenstein, gain ourselves a victory point. 7 and +1 for each hero in our discard pile. 8. 8 total. That's pretty good. 8's good. Let's go ahead. We're gonna get Plastic Man here, and we're gonna get Power of the Green. We're going to generate some power. And then hopefully, in these next couple turns now, we'll be able to destroy those last couple villains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, yikes. Okay. 2, 3 power, a couple vulnerabilities and weaknesses. I guess we'll get another kick. Have a few more of those floating around, might be helpful. Probably gonna stop in the kicks there. We're kind of filling up on them. But I guess a 10 power hand wouldn't be so bad at this point. New card coming out. Alright, and I might start contributing because we're getting pretty close. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I mean, of course, I contribute to the Crisis card. I will. You guys can have Katana. So that's 1 Crisis. I'm just going to put this one here. Just kind of convert this into the contribution area. Right, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, I really want Frankenstein, but we're going to go ahead and beat Copperhead? No, we're going to go ahead and beat Black Lantern Corps. Right? No. No. Which one? Gain each foe gains a weakness. No. Add the top card of the main deck to the lineup. Ugh, that's dangerous. Okay, we'll take that. And then we'll also have to gain a weakness for that and a victory point. But we're going to use Black Man's ability to spend 2 victory points and put that Copperhead right at the bottom of the main deck. Keep that main deck moving, keep it growing, and then hopefully we'll have a larger main deck at the end of the game. Not have to worry about the time. One of the issues with Crisis 3, I don't want to say issues, I want to say challenges, is that it can be difficult with solo to not reach the end of the deck. Some of the crises take a long time, some of the villains are pretty expensive or have complicated rules around them. It's a lot of fun, but there are dangerous moments. Alright, new card comes out. Starbolt's a good card. 1, 2, and count the heroes in my discard pile, but I don't think there are any. Oh, 3. So we got 3. I guess we'll get a kick. No, we'll go ahead and get Katana so we have another hero to give to This World Is Ours. Dr. Savonia. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to get rid of Black Lantern Corps, getting us another victory point and another weakness. But then, we're going to spend 2 victory points to put Black Lantern Corps right at the bottom of the main deck. Thank you, Crisis Black Mana. It's basically like the turn never happened at that point. We have to gain a weakness, yes, but we also made that main deck not dwindle. Okay. I'm gonna give up Plastic Man, I think. And just, I want Plastic Man, he's a fantastic card. I'm just gonna get him back with Frankenstein later, I think. So, there he goes. 1, 2, and it's what? 4 heroes. So we're at 2 of 4 heroes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power. We're gonna buy Starbolt this time, because that's gonna add up with all those kicks. Because it doesn't say each different superpower, it just says each superpower. And kicks are superpowers, you know that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we're going to ice over a card. Let's just ice over Chlorokinesis, because I have no intent on buying it. It's 1, 2, couple vulnerabilities and weaknesses, and then 3 plus 1 for each hero in my discard pile. Just contributed a bunch of them, so 4, 5, 6. We got to 6. That's respectable. We're going to go ahead and get rid of Killer Croc. Yeah. There goes Killer Croc. We'll keep him there now. I don't think I'm going to spend the 2 VP to move him to the bottom. He's an interesting choice at least. I might consider taking him later with Frankenstein. Mystic Bolts. Now that's going to turn this game around. Yep. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How are we doing? Power of the green, since we have these locations, will be worth 3 power, so that's a good start. Weakness. 4, 5, 6. With that 6, we'll buy Mystic Bolts. Or do I want to get rid of Dr. Savania? Let's get rid of Dr. Savania. That'll get us a victory point, but also a weakness. And hopefully, soon, we get rid of This World Is Ours. 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there anything in this pile I want to send to the bottom? I would like to put Killer Croc on the bottom, but I might end up with quite a few villains in my deck, and he might be more powerful that way. So let's get a new card out. Okay, so I didn't end up with any superpowers. I'm saying any hero, so we can't contribute, but we can do Iced Over on Legion Flight Ring, gaining ourselves a victory point. That's 3 power. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Count those heroes. I don't think there's any there. Nope. Then 9, 10, and plus 1 for each hero in my discard pile. 11 and 12. So 12 is better. We're going to go ahead and buy Mystic Bolt. We're leaving us with 6, which is not enough for Frankenstein, unfortunately. It is enough for Chlorokinesis, which will add to the ability of Starbolt, so we will buy it for that reason. T-Spheres. 1. You know what? Before we end that turn, I'm going to try and do Nanda Prabhat. Once during each of your turns, you may pay 1 VP. If you do, choose any number of players. Each of those players reveals the top card of their deck and may destroy it. And we will destroy that weakness, so I'm glad I did that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We're going to contribute Hawkgirl, because I really want that crisis to end. So that's 3. I'm not going to get much in the way of power. We're going to get 1 power this turn. But we got a contributed card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, man, I should have done it again last turn. I would have destroyed this weakness. We will contribute Hero of the Future. These 4 cards are destroyed, and This World Is Ours is over. That's no longer an issue, but the ongoing ability stays in play. We still gain weaknesses when we beat villains in the lineup. Okay. And is there anything in this pile that I want to put on the bottom of the deck? Because I have enough victory points to do that. Maybe Katana. I might need her later though, so probably not. We're gonna pass on that for now, but we will try and do Nanda Prabhat for 1 victory point. Do we want to destroy this card? We will destroy that bunch. Okay. 2, 3 power, couple weaknesses. We'll go ahead and buy a kick, but I don't think it's gonna mean much. What we need is a destruction card. That'd be really nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hello, Frankenstein. We're going to start gaining some of those cards we had to destroy back. Ocean Master. Ocean Master might go to the bottom of the deck, but that's a good destruction card, and if we get another villain, he could be useful. So he might. I don't know. I'm tempted by him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because he reads, if you play or have played another villain this turn, you may destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. Now, we don't have any other villains, so if we had just him, not that great. But if we're in a situation where we buy a few villains, because there are a few in here I'm considering considering getting with Frankenstein, that could be a pretty powerful card. I could use a lot of destruction right now. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to use to get rid of Ocean Master, getting us a victory point and a weakness. And we're also going to get cat-like reflexes. Alright, new card coming out. Batarang. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How are we doing? Okay, not much going on here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power just to buy T-spheres and move on. Would really like to get that Solomon Grundy out of here so we can move on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Too far. Only go to 5. What am I talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright. 2, 4. That is enough to buy the Hourglass, which is what we want. No, you are not doing it wrong. That's exactly how this world is ours works. It goes away as soon as you beat the crisis. So this, what I'm playing, is for what's called the Solo Crisis League. It's an online league I run, and one of the challenges of Season 4, which we're in now, is that we leave the ongoing effect of the very first crisis in play for the entire game. So, for this entire run, from beginning to end, this world is ours is going to gain me a weakness every time I beat a villain. If you were playing a different round this season, I believe it's Crisis 1. What is the starting crisis there? Oh, I can't remember. I think it's the first appearance attack of all villains. So whenever a villain comes out, it attacks you. That's it. Season 4, I think we went with Villainous Lineage. And for Crisis... Sorry, I misspoke. For Crisis 4, I think we went with Villainous Lineage. And for Crisis 3, it's This World Is Ours. And Crisis 2... It was the one where you can't buy cards of cost 6 or more. Or when a card of cost 6 or more enters the lineup, you're removed from the lineup. It's a mortal villain. We adjusted it so that it read, if a card of cost 7 or more enters the lineup, remove it and replace it. But we did that because of demonic summoning. If a card of cost 6 enters and you have to remove it, you can't buy it for demonic summoning, and that crisis could be unbeatable in that situation. So we did adjust it for that. But long story short, for Season 4 of the Solo Crisis League, we made it so that the ongoing ability of the starting crisis stays in play the entire game. Just a higher difficulty. We're trying to play, at least. Alright, so we have Frankenstein now. It's 4 power, and I can gain a card from the destroyed pile. I'm thinking Plastic Man, but Joker's Daughter's pretty good too at only 2 VP. I mean, draw 2 cards, that's great. Dr. Zvanya could help us get some Starbolts into our hand. No problem. Yeah, it can be pretty difficult sometimes, but it's a lot of fun, especially if you've played Crisis games enough, especially alone. It's pretty hard to lose sometimes. Crisis 3 is definitely the hardest one to play solo, but when you add these other challenges, it makes it a lot more interesting. Keeps the game fresh. So I do want Ocean Master later on. I'm not going to do it just yet, but we will get to him. Hero of the Future I like, but I don't have any defense cards right now, except I think maybe a Katana floating around. So I'm thinking Plastic Man for his 1 VP is what we're going to go with. And then maybe later on we'll get a villain, and then we'll get Ocean Master after that. So we're at 4 power. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to go ahead and freeze Legion Flight Ring and gain a VP for that. So with that 10, that should be enough. We have a starter in play. We can beat Solomon Grundy, and we shall. So he's gone. And we have 2 left over, so we'll buy Batarang. Okay. So now we're going to go on to our new crisis and villain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have no defense, but we know what villain it is. It's going to be the Outsider. Villains in control. Non-villain cards cannot be bought. Villains in the destroy pile may be bought. This is going to save us a lot of time. Contribute 3 villains. Now this is going to be very helpful. There's already a bunch of villains in here. This is mostly villains. There's a few villains in there I want. I've already put the ones I don't want at the bottom of the main deck, and we can contribute them at the end and just get them back later of Frankenstein. So we're going to be just fine. Now, unfortunately, we also have This World Is Ours, so when we buy a villain in a lineup like Granny Goodness here, we are still going to get a weakness, but we aren't going to get weaknesses for the ones we buy in the destroyed pile. And our new new villain is the Outsider. Players cannot destroy starter cards, so we are stuck with our punches and vulnerabilities for now. Let's see how this goes. We've got 3 power from Power of the Green, 4, and count those heroes. Probably not many yet. 5, 6. Yeah, just that 6 power. 7, 8, 9. This one's a little more valuable. Count those superpowers. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm so happy that doesn't say each different superpower. 17 in a vulnerability. We're going to go ahead and get rid of Granny Goodness, but we'll actually gain her in the process. We'll also get a weakness and a victory point. So 17 minus 5, that's 12. We're going to get Ocean Master, and we have 10 left. I really do want Joker's Daughter, but what we're going to go with is Killer Croc and Dr. Sivana. Just want to maximize the number of villains I get to increase the odds that we actually get them for villains in control. Right. Now we're going to go ahead and spend 2 VP before we end our turn to put this punch at the bottom of the main deck. It's kind of going to be a signifier if we ever see it come up with the main deck that we've gone pretty far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotta shuffle everything up. That's good news that I have to shuffle. That means those villains can come up sooner. New cards got to come up for the turn. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mystic Bolts came up at the worst time. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then Mystic Bolts is 8. Put up the 2 cards of each 5 or less, cost 5 or less from a different cost from your discard pile into your hand. Can't use that. You can only buy villains for 8. We're going to buy Joker's Daughter for sure, because I do like drawing 2 cards. That is helpful. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need to contribute 3 villains to that. Still none left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I can pay XVP to get villains from here, but the 7 to get this 4. Since I can only buy villains, I believe, non-villain cards cannot be bought. Villains in the destroy pile may be bought. So yeah, I've got 3 power left over, but there's literally no other villains available to me. So we're just going to have to keep going. Dr. Midnight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How are we doing? We're going to contribute. We're just going to contribute each villain as they come up and get them back later with Dr. Frankenstein if need be. I keep saying Dr. Frankenstein. He's not the doctor. 2, 4, 5, 6. Choose a card name. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Put all cards of that name into your hand and rest on top in any order. So let me tell you how that's supposed to work. What that means is you can say punch, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and it might be 3 punches and you get 3 punches. I'm going to try and force the clock a little bit here, and I'm going to say it's Dr. Sivana and hope that one of these 3 cards is Dr. Sivana. One of them is. I could have said Granny Goodness too. So we get to draw Granny Goodness, or sorry, draw Dr. Sivana, and we're going to contribute them right away. So that actually worked really well. There's no villains we can buy, so that's going to be the end of that. But we'll keep going. Oh, there's a new villain for next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to contribute Granny Goodness. Now, unfortunately, the crisis doesn't go away until there are no villains in the lineup. So we have to beat Scythe before villains in control goes away. But that's not going to be hard because we have 3 power from Power in the Green. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Count those superpowers. 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14 power. Okay, goodbye to Scythe, which we gain. 14 minus 3 leaves us with 11. These cards are all destroyed again. And Villains in Disguise, Villains in Control is over. Still 11 power left over, which we will use to get Dr. Midnight, and we'll get Porthole to Nowhere. That's 8, and you know what, we'll buy Helm of Fate also. Helmet of Fate also. Okay, so yeah, that's a lot. That was a good couple turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not great here. Let's go ahead, let's try and spend... We're going to spend 2 VP to move a card to the bottom of the main deck. What do we want to move there? We're going to put Granny Goodness down there. I'm not a big fan of that card. So she's gone. And then we're going to go with 1, 2, 3. That's enough to beat Jervis Tetch. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to get a victory point for Scythe last turn and a weakness. So that's 2 weaknesses and 2 victory points this turn. Whew. So if you're just joining us, this is for the Solo Crisis League. It's kind of a semi-competitive version of Crisis Mode. You basically rank each other against unmeasurable stats like the size of your main deck at the end of the game, how many villains you defeated. We introduce new challenges each season. This one we're using the variant where you leave the ongoing ability of the starting crisis in play the whole time. So that means we are gaining a weakness for every single villain we beat. Alright, so there's 5 cards here. We've got 3 and Ice Over. We'll Ice Over one of these, gaining us a victory point. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go ahead and get Black Orchid. Solo Crisis League is a lot of fun. I run it, I made it, and I love playing in it each week. Definitely want that Red Lantern Power Ring. I have an unhealthy obsession with power rings, for one. But secondly, I've got a lot of weaknesses in here, and while they may not generate power to destroy, it's good to see them go away. Okay. 2, 3, and 1 for each hero in my discard pile. That's 4, 5, 6. Is that it? 7. Alright, there's 7 power there. And let's see, how many cards do I have over here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 7, and choose another card of cost 6 or less. You play this turn. At the end of your turn, put that card into your hand. We're going to do Kick. I really wanted to do Blue Lantern Power Ring, but the problem is there's not going to be a discard pile in the next turn because I'm going to have to shuffle it. So we'll take 7 power this turn, which we will use. We'll go ahead and get Legion Flight Ring and Red Lantern Power Ring. The Kick can stay out for our next turn. The other 2 cards are weaknesses, if you're wondering. And we will hopefully get rid of the Outsider very soon. We came close that turn. What was it, 7 power? Gotta get to 9, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, we have 2 power for this turn. 2, 3, 4. Plastic Man, I believe, can only copy equipment, so he can't do anything. We didn't have a new card come out yet. We have 4 power, which we can't buy anything with. Yeah, that was not a great turn. What we can do, though... I could do We're going to do Nanda Prabhat. We're going to spend 1 victory point and look at the top card. We may destroy it. We will not destroy Frankenstein. That was a foolish choice. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 4 power, and we can gain a card from the destroyed pile, which is something we've been wanting to do. There's a few in here, like Hero of the Future. I like Hawk Girl. Jervis Tetch is good. He's good for destroying cards, which is something we need to do right now. So, you know what? I think we're going to go with Jervis Tetch for 1 power. He destroys cards, and he'll act with, hopefully, Ocean Master to destroy more cards. Just keep that going. So 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not enough for the Outsider. We'll go ahead and buy Orange Lantern Power Ring. New card coming out. Manhunter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do like the Manhunters. I really do. Alright, 2, 3, 4 power. We're going to go ahead and spend the victory point for Nanda Prabhat. Look at this card. We may destroy it. We will not. We're going to get the Manhunter, which gets us a victory point back and a weakness. Really need to get the Outsider out of there. Need to get more destruction cards. A lot needs to happen here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Okay, draw a card. 2 and put a superpower from my discard pile on top of my deck. What superpower do we want there? I mean, it would be great to get Starbolt, but I don't see it in here. So we're going to go with this Kick, I guess, because that's all we've got. Kick goes on top of the deck. Now, you saw that my deck there is pretty big. There's a lot of weaknesses in there we want to destroy, but I'm purposely kind of bloating my deck early in the game here so that we have things to give the crises as they come up instead of having to gain them after it's already out. So we're at 2 power, 3, 4, 5, 6, which we will use to get Liberty Bell, and we'll get one more kick. And then we're probably going to cut ourselves off on kicks there for a while until we start destroying some of them. They're fleas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How are we doing? Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, and we're gonna choose, we're gonna go for the most power. We're gonna say punches. We're gonna say 3 punches, right? How many punches? 0, not a single punch there. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then count those superpowers. 11, 12, 13 power. Okay. 13 is definitely going to beat the Outsider, leaving us with 4 power. We're not going to buy anything for that remaining 4 power. We're just going to end our turn there and move on to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New card comes out. Oh, I had to get a victory point for each of those villains I beat. I forgot about that. There we go. Sniper Rifle. I have no defense in my hand, so we can use cat-like reflexes. When you are attacked, you may reveal this card. If you do, draw a card. So hopefully that helps. Murder Machine. Put the top card of the main deck into the lineup. When an equipment enters the lineup, each player destroys the top card of their deck. Now, the Sniper Rifle would have come out technically after Murder Machine, so I have to destroy the top card of my deck, which is Dr. Midnight. Never got to play him. And then we have a new villain in Ultra-Humanite. Each player gains 2 weakness cards and puts them at the bottom of his deck. We can at least defend ourselves. When you are attacked, you may reveal this card. If you do, draw a card. And then we have to put 2 weaknesses at the bottom of our deck. At least we know what's down there. Okay. We have to contribute what? 4 equipment. Very well. Well, we're going to play Joker's Daughter to draw 2 cards. We're going to play Iced Over on, we'll say on Shazam here to get a victory point. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm considering just giving them this and then gaining them back via Frankenstein. In fact, I'm going to. We're going to spend that. We're going to give them these 2. We're going to take Jervis Tetch and their fleas with our 10, which is going to get us 2 victory points. And then also 2 weaknesses. Before our turn ends, I would like to add a card to the bottom of the main deck. Their fleas is a great card, but he's kind of expensive. We're going to put... Now we're going to try and get him. We're going to try. Anything we want to put down there? We'll put Killer Croc down there. He's had his chance. Katana's not great either. We're going to put Katana down there. That's who we're going to do. We're going to spend 2 victory points, moving Katana to the bottom of the main deck. So that was all of our power, though. So we have to keep going. There's another Katana anyway. There's always another Katana. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, that's a lot of weaknesses. That's not a great turn. Oh, but Oa. At the start of your turn, if the top card of the supervillain stack costs 10 or greater, draw a card. Could have had an extra one this whole time. Alright, so it needs 4 equipment, right? Here is 2 more equipment to destroy and end Murder Machine. No more Murder Machine. That's nice. And we only have 1 power this turn, but we did beat the Crisis, so I'm not going to complain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do need that Frankenstein back, though, so I can get these cards moving back into our hands. 2, 4, 6, 7, and count those heroes. Oh, I can gain a card because of Oa. I keep forgetting that. So counting the heroes. 8, 9, 10. Alright, 10 power. We're going to go ahead and say goodbye to Per Degaton, leaving us with 5 power that we will use. We're going to buy Sniper Rifle. It's not my favorite card in the game, but there's a Crisis where you have to contribute cards that cost 5, and it's not my favorite. We got 1 more power. Not going to do anything with it. New card comes out. Alright, we have this giant deck. Gotta slim it down. But we have a lot to contribute, so that's good. We have lots of weaknesses too, though. That's kind of what happened last time I played this setup. You gain lots of weaknesses with This World Is Ours. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, look at the top card of your deck. Destroy it or discard it. We will destroy this punch. That's 1, 2, 3, and only 4 power, which we will use to get rid of Manhunter here, gaining a victory point and a weakness. And then I'm going to double check my destroyed pile here. Is there anything we want to put at the bottom of the main deck? We can put Batarang down there. So we're going to spend 2 victory points to move Batarang to the bottom of the main deck because of Crisis Black Mana. Keep that main deck growing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, and because he costs 10 or more, we get a 6th card. New card coming out. Raven. Good choice. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and count the heroes. I don't think there are any in here, but just in case. Yeah, it's just that 8. So that's not enough to beat him, but it is enough to get Shazam! Indigo Tribe, wish that was out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, now it is. So, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power. We're going to go ahead and get that Indigo Tribe power ring. Get lots of power rings so far. It's gone pretty well in the power ring department. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which we will use to say goodbye to Granny Goodness, getting a victory point and a weakness. I again forgot I can get 6 cards, and I can use my other 2 to get Katana here. Parasite. We get 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's because of Oa, triggered by Ultra-Humanite. Gotta remember that. Draw 2 cards. 2, 4, 6 power. We're going to go ahead and get rid of Parasite, getting ourselves a weakness and a victory point. We have 2 left over. We'll buy a Legion Flight Ring. Why not? And you know what? We're going to spend 2 victory points to put Parasite right at the bottom of the main deck. Goodbye. That's only once per turn, right? Yes. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You may gain an equipment with cost 5 or less from the lineup, and you may put it into your hand. If you choose not to, 2 power. There are no equipment, so it's just 2 power. We will go ahead and say 3, 4. And then Plastic Man's going to copy an equipment in our discard pile. Blue Lantern Power Ring. So that's a copy of Blue Lantern Power Ring, so that's 5 plus 1 for each hero. How are we doing? 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is not enough. That's not what I wanted. 9. We got a couple weaknesses here. Let's go ahead and try Nanda Prabhat. We will not destroy that. We will, however, spend 2 more victory points to put Granny Goodness at the bottom of the main deck. So with that 9, we will buy both of these cards. There's no doubt in my mind about that. New card coming out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ultra-Humanites out there. Draw a card for Legion Flight Ring. Oh, it's supposed to be 6 cards, and then we'll draw a card. Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? Since we've got enough to buy that, we're never going to get enough to buy that. We're going to say weakness, and we're going to get all the weaknesses from the top 3 cards of our deck. 1, 2, 3. We're going to get you out of there, and you are no longer in my next hand. So at least some strategy went into that. Alright. New card coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we're going to ice over this to get a victory point. And we get 3 power. We get 6 cards, right? Yes. 4, 5, 6. If you play or have played another villain this turn, you may destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. So again, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Count those superpowers. We only need 3. 10. Oh man, 11 and 12. So we definitely have what we need. We have our 12 superheroes, 12 powers there. It's enough to be Ultra-Humanite. I have plenty more power beyond that. We don't need it. But we can go ahead and get a victory point for that. And that's gone. Okay. So, we've got 3 villains down. We've got, let's see, how many weaknesses are here? We have 17 weaknesses in our deck. We don't have enough destruction cards to go around. But we're going. We're going. Okay. Come on. Gotta figure out what our new crisis is, our new villain. I wish Rise of the Rot was in this game. 2, 3, 4, 5. Easy to show a crisis from your hand now. I'm sorry, a weakness from your hand now. There's 1 defense in my hand with Katana, so that's good. Our new crisis is the Justice League is dead. Put the top card of the main deck into the lineup. Boom. When a hero enters the lineup, attack. Each player discards a card. Yeah, we'll just discard this weakness. So that's over. And we have to have a card come out for the turn. Please don't be a hero. Okay. Whew. Then we have our new villain, and it is Gentleman Ghost. Each player destroys 2 different cards of cost 1 or greater in his discard pile. I'll take it. I won't even defend myself. You know what, we will. We'll defend with Katana. You may have discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, draw a card. There we go. We got something a little stronger than Katana. So it's the beginning of our turn. He costs 10 or more. Triggers owe us that we can draw a card. I really want Nightmare Nurse. So what do we have to do? 2, 4, 6, 9. Okay, 9, and I can pay XP, experience victory points to get a card from here. I think I want the Red Lantern Power Ring. I think I want to go just crazy with it. Yeah, Red Lantern Power Ring it is. And that is 3 victory points, which is all my victory points. But that's okay. I wanted it. I wanted it bad. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're definitely going to go ahead and get Nightmare Nurse, because that's going to turn our game around. And we're going to go Canary Cry. There's another Killer Croc. Oh, I didn't realize what I have to do. Contribute 4 heroes. What heroes did I have this turn? Frankenstein was not going to contribute. Katana I could have saved, I guess, but you know what? That's okay. We'll have more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because it costs enough. Okay, you can have this Katana. You can have Black Orchid. That's what, 2 of 4? I can take that. 2 power and a couple weaknesses. That's the end of that turn. New card comes out. It's a hero. So we have to 2, 3, 4, 5. Each player discards a card. I have to discard a card unless I defend. There's no defense. We'll discard a weakness. Beginning of our turn, Oa says draw a card. Get Gotham City out here. That is, once during each of your turns, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's an equipment, draw it. If not, you may discard it. Are you an equipment? You are. Okay, that worked out really well. 1 and draw a card. Or you know what? No. We're going to contribute that. Sorry. That's 3. Alright. Put up to 2 cards, each of cost 5 or less, and each of different costs from your discard pile into your hand. We're going to take Katana into our hand. And we're going to take Red Lantern Power Ring into our hand. I think you can kind of understand. You know what? No. We're going to take Nightmare Nurse into our hand. That's what we're going to do. So we put those both in their hand. We're going to contribute Katana. Now that's all 4. We have to get rid of Killer Croc before it goes away. So that's 1, 2, 3. I may destroy a 0-cost card in any player's discard pile. If it's a vulnerability or a weakness, gain 2 VP. Done. So 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, a weakness, 6, and count those heroes. Probably none. I think I got, there's 7. 7 power, which we will use to get rid of Killer Croc, getting us a victory point, but also a weakness. Now, when we got rid of Killer Croc, we cleared the way to destroy these cards and get rid of the Justice League is dead, leaving us with 3 power. We'll go ahead and buy a kick. I know I said I'd be off him, but that hand was very weakness-filled. I need something else going on. Kyle Rayner. There we go. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He costs enough for us to get a 6th card. We will start our turn with Gotham City. Are you an equipment? You are not, and we will not discard you. 3 power. Freezing Sign Cell to get a victory point. 4, 5 power, and a bunch of weaknesses. A bunch of them. I guess we'll get Sonic Siren. You may destroy a card in the line and replace it. I don't really want Sonic Siren, so we're not going to do that one. We're just going to skip our turn there, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, he costs enough for us to get a 6th card. We will, we're going to start with Gotham City. Are you an equipment? You are not. We will discard you, then we'll draw a card. It's still a weakness. We tried. Okay. These do nothing. 2, 4, reveal and play the top card of the main deck, then return it to the top of the main deck. Ooh. 8, and put a hero from my discard pile on top of my deck. Put a hero in. Nightmare Nurse it is. Ooh, or Frankenstein. No, it's Nightmare Nurse. So 8 power equal to that of another card you played this turn. That's going to be definitely the Demon Etrigan, getting us to 12. 13, 14, put a superpower from my discard pile on top of my deck. So we're going to look for a superpower that's also a defense, because we're going to take him out, and we definitely want to be able to defend ourselves. So, we've got a couple options here. I'm going to read them, and then I'm going to choose which one. The 2 options I have are Girl Power and Canary Cry. You may reveal this card to avoid an attack. You may reveal this card and discard it or a punch to avoid an attack. If you do, draw a card. You may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, you may put a villain of cost 7 or less from your discard pile in your hand or draw a card. We're going to put Canary Cry on top of our deck. And again, we were at 2, 4, 6, 10, and then we copied that to get us to 14, which is exactly what we need, basically, to beat Gentleman Ghost. He's defeated. We're ready for our next turn here. You know, for all these weaknesses floating around our deck, we're really not doing that bad. It is The Penalty is Death. When you buy or gain a card, reveal the top card of the main deck. Destroy all cards bought or gained from the lineup this turn with that cost. Contribute 3 cards of cost 5. Then our new villain is Deathstorm. At the start of your turn, destroy the lowest cost card in your hand. Okay. Each player discards all cards with the lowest costs in their hand. We're going to defend against that. You may just discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, you may put a villain with cost 7 or less from your discard pile into your hand. Or draw a card. We're going to take a villain, probably Dr. Sivanya. Maybe not, though. Maybe someone else. I think he's the only option, so Dr. Sivanya is going in our hand. Alright, so then Deathstorm, at the beginning of your turn, you have to destroy the lowest cost card in your hand. We're going to be using Deathstorm to clear out a lot of these weaknesses. So, destroy this weakness. Then we're going to play Nightmare Nurse, destroying this weakness. Oh, I should have done OA to draw a card also. And we get 2 VP for destroying that weakness. So we are at 2 power. 3/4, put a superpower on top of my deck. Shazam, most likely. But I'm looking at the other options. Ooh, our Iced Over would get us some more VP. Oh, Mystic Bolts. It's Mystic Bolts. Alright, 4 power. 5 power, and I can destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. Let's go ahead and get rid of another weakness, slowly clearing them out. So 2, 4, 5 power, vulnerability. Can't buy anything, but we did get rid of a lot. So new cards coming out. Madame Xanadu, good card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He costs enough for us to get actually a 6th card. We're going to start our turn with Mystic Bolts. Put up to 2 cards with cost 5 or less from your different costs from your discard pile into your hand. It's probably going to be Nightmare Nurse and Ocean Master, but I just want to double check if I have any other destruction cards floating around, because with those 2 cards, I can destroy 2 cards. That's pretty good. Maybe Red Lantern Power Ring instead. No, he costs 5. I can't do him. Oh, but I could use 5 cost cards to give to that. I'll think about it. We're going to take these 2, though. We're going to play Nightmare Nurse. That's 3 power, destroying this weakness, and getting 2 victory points. Let's go ahead and try Gotham City. Look at the top card. We may discard it if it's... We'll discard it. And then we're going to try Nana Prabhat. Spend a victory point. Look at this card. We may destroy it. We will not. I tried. So 2, 3. We are going to give Orange Lantern Power Ring to The Penalty is Death. I do not want to get rid of this card, but I do want to get rid of the Crisis. That's 3 power we're at. 4, 5. 6 we will use to destroy this weakness. Draw a card. 7. So with that 7, we're going to beat the Demon Etrigan, getting us a victory point and a weakness. And we're going to spend 2 victory points to put a card at the bottom of the main deck. And I'm thinking it's Katana because there's a few of her floating around. I don't really use her that often. And why not make that main deck a little bit bigger? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He costs enough. Right, is that the beginning of your turn? Yeah, so they both say at the start of your turn, so they're both there. So I have to destroy the lowest cost card in my hand. So we have to destroy this Punch. Sorry, Punch. Have to have a new card come out. Dead Man, that's a strong contender. Starbolt costs 5, but it's a lot of power, so I don't think I can get rid of that one just yet. We'll play Joker's Daughter to get 2 cards, so that should help. Let's try Gotham City. Are you an equipment? It is not, and we will discard it. And then let's go ahead and play Jervis Tetch. Look at the top card. You may destroy it or discard it. I guess we're discarding that. And then we'll spend 1 on Nana per bot. Look at this card. We may destroy it. We will not. Okay, that was a lot of tries and nothing worked there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and count those superpowers. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And that is why I did not contribute Starbolt, because while I do want to beat that objective, I want to buy a bunch of stuff too. So we're going to buy Deadman. And when you buy or gain this card, you may destroy up to 2 cards in your hand or discard pile. So we're going to destroy 2 weaknesses in here. 1 and 2. Bringing us down to 18. Minus Kyle Rayner's 7 is 11. Minus Madame Xanadu's 3 is 11 minus 3. Why can't I do this? 8. And we're going to leave Science Cell there for now. No, you know what? We're going to get Science Cell in anticipation of Demonic Summoning. I think that's this one. No, Demonic Summoning is Crisis 2. We're still going to get Science Cell. Why not? Bring us down to 2 power. Now, we bought a card of cost 4, 7, 3, and 6. We have to do the penalty as death. When you buy or gain a card, reveal the top card of the main deck. Destroy all cards bought or gained from the lineup with this cost. We have to destroy. We have to destroy Kyle Rayner at cost 7. That's sad. That was the one I wanted the most in that whole deck. That's not great. We'll get him back with Frankenstein. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He costs enough for us to get 6, and then we get to destroy the lowest cost card in our hand, destroying this vulnerability. Okay. T-Spheres. We're going to use, again, kind of like a cheap way to say, get rid of those weaknesses. Well, before we do that, actually, let's try Gotham City. Look at this card. Is it an equipment? It is not, and you know what? We will actually discard that. Okay, and now we're going to shuffle our deck, because now we're going to play T-Spheres. And with T-Spheres, we are going to say weaknesses again. And we're going to try and weed out some weaknesses out of our next couple turns, basically. Come on. Okay, so weaknesses. There are none there, but we do have Power of the Green, and that's nice. Okay, and then we're going to copy T-Spheres and say Power of the Green, taking that out. And we are at 2, 4 power, 6, 8, 10, 13. I guess we'll buy level 7 and move on. Please don't be a 7 cost card. It costs 3. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's enough there to get a 6th, and we can destroy a card in our hand. We're destroying this weakness. We are contributing Sniper Rifle, and there's Starbolt again. I think we're going to contribute Starbolt this time because we have a pretty small discard pile, and Frankenstein will come back. So that's 3 of them. That's all 3 we need, but we have to get rid of Shadow Thief first. Let's try Gotham City. Frankenstein's right there. We'll leave him there. Anything I can do to draw a card? I don't think there is. That's really too bad. Huh. That close? Nothing? Okay. Well, we'll at least spend our 2 VP in order to put a card at the bottom of the main deck, and we'll put a... Who do we think is a good card to put down there? I mean, there's a bunch of punches digging up, but per Degaton, I'm not going to be using you at all, so you can go down there to the bottom. And we end up with 2 power going on to the next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He costs enough for us to get 6. And we have to destroy the lowest cost card in our hand, which is this punch. And then we're gonna we have to get rid of Shadow Thief. So 2, 4. Shadow Thief is gone. And we have to get a victory point and a weakness for that. We have 1 power left over. We have 3 5s to destroy, so that's over. Penalty of death is gone. So we have 1 power left. You may put a villain from your discard pile on top of your deck. If you choose not to, you can draw a card. I don't think there are any villains here. There's not, so we're going to draw a card. Hey, it's a villain. Draw 2 cards. If you've played another villain this turn, you may destroy a card in your discard pile. So that's 3 power now. No, 2 power, sorry. And we're going to try for Gotham City. Are you in equipment? You are not. We will discard you. Draw a card. 3, 4, play the top card of the main deck. 5. The 5 is fine. 6, 7, put a superpower on top of your deck. I don't think there's any here I really want to. I guess we'll put this one here. I wanted a defense because it looks like we're going to beat him this turn. 8, 9, 10, 11, and I can buy a card from the discard pile with my victory points. I'm thinking Starbolt, but Kyle Rayner's a strong contender too, and so is Demon Etrigan. These all work together nicely. Hourglass is even... oh man. Oh man, these are some choices. I think long-term Starbolt's going to be the most power. We'll get Kyle Rayner later. So we have 11 power, and that's enough to beat Deathstorm, which we are definitely going to do. Getting us another victory point. I thought I bought Starbolt, didn't I? Did I just put it back down here after doing that? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Good thing I caught that. Alright, new card coming out. We already know it's that superpower. Let's go and get our new hand ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't know the cost of the villain yet, so it is just 5 cards. No defenses. So our new crisis is Permanent Eclipse. Flip all cards in the lineup face down and shuffle them. Cards enter play. Cards enter lineup face down. All cards in the lineup have cost 5. Place them down. Place face down cards you buy or gain at the bottom of your deck without revealing them to anyone, including yourself. Clear the lineup of all cards to beat. I do enjoy Permanent Eclipse. I'm not happy that there's a 1-cost card in there that we just got it on, but that's okay. Kobra. Each player reveals the top 5 cards of his deck and discards all cards of cost 1 or greater. Put the rest back in any order. Yikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So everything of cost 1 or greater is discarded. Thanks, Kobra. I'll tell you what I do. What I'm going to do. So I'm going to start with Jervis Tetch. Look at the top card of your deck, destroy it or discard it, and we're going to destroy it. So that's 1, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to try for Gotham City. It is not. We will leave it there, though. So, 6 power will buy us, we'll say, this one right here. Now we'll go at the bottom of our deck. Oh, we should have drawn a card because of Kobra, or because the Kobra costs enough. Oh well. Don't know what any of these are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kobra costs enough for us to get 6. Okay. We're going to use iced over on this to get ourselves a new victory point. Then we're going to play Mystic Bolts. So we're at 4 power and I can put 2 cards into my hand. Thinking Madame Xanadu is a good one. Frankenstein's even better, but he's too expensive. Never mind. So Madame Xanadu. And what do we have here? Okay. Do we have Nightmare Nurse? I don't think we do. T-Spheres. That's T-Spheres is too expensive. T-Spheres is too expensive. Maybe Jervis Tetch. Just try and destroy again. Yeah, we're gonna go Jervis Tetch. Okay. Oh, they both cost 3, so that's not an option. Something. Maybe just Starbolt. Really just get the power out. Starbolt and Madame Xanadu, leaving Jervis Tetch behind. So 2 cards, 1, 3, 1, 5 cost. Okay, so 3, 4 cost there. 3, 4 power there. 5, 6, look at the top card I can put at the bottom of the main deck. We will. Because it's a villain. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, count those heroes, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, count those superpowers, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 power. That's a lot. Now, unfortunately, I froze that card, leaving me unable to buy it. So we did ruin our move there, but we would have had a really strong turn if I had just, thought about it a little bit longer than a few seconds. So we have 26. We're going to go ahead. We bought that for 10, so we have 16 power. We're going to spend 1 VP to try and do Nanda Prabhat. And we will destroy that. And we're going to spend 2 more VP to put a card at the bottom of the main deck. And I'm thinking it's going to be Sniper Rifle, because I don't really care for that card. Okay. Not in Crisis mode, at least. New card has to come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're getting 6 because of Oa, in case you missed that. That is not a great hand. We will do Nightmare Nurse for 2 power, destroying this weakness, getting 2 victory points. I'm enjoying that the victory point economy is actually working this game. It doesn't always work in your favor. 4 power. And then reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. Leave 1 on top and destroy the other. We will leave Liberty Bell there, destroying this kick, getting us some 2, 4, 2, 7 power. Nothing we can do to draw a card. So that 7 power is all we're getting. We're going to put this card at the bottom of the main deck. We can spend 2 victory points to put this kick at the bottom of the main deck. Alright. So that's pretty good. We still... Oh, shoot, I wasn't supposed to look at that. That was an accident. I don't even know what it was. I know it was a superpower. That's about it. So we put it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 because of Oa. That's alright. Okay, let's start with Gotham City. Are you in equipment? It is not, but we're going to leave it there. And we're going to spend 1 victory point for Nanda Prabhat. And we're going to destroy that card. Alright, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this copies the power of another card to get to 8, 9. Which is enough to buy just 1 of these cards, which is sad. I really wanted to... clear that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 because of Kobra. We have Monument Hall, which is when you play your first punch each of your turns, draw a card. You may destroy... don't want to do that. 1, 2, 3. Did we try Gotham City yet? We will... I guess we'll discard that, yeah. So 1, 2, 3. I don't want to play these other cards. They're dangerous. So we're just going to stop our turn there. Which means we're going to add another card out. Ah, stop it. I keep doing that. Not supposed to look at them. I keep looking at them by accident. Habit. Alright, so we are on Permanent Eclipse, which means I need to clear that lineup. We're getting there. I could have done it a few turns ago. It's going okay. You're not late. I had an early morning this morning. I just wanted to make sure I got these games in and caught up in my backlog. So we're just doubling down on some of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because of Kobra being so much and Oa here, we get 6 cards. Alright, this is some power, I guess. We're going to start with Gotham City. Are you an equipment? It is, so we get to draw that. Okay, so we're looking at Legion Flight Ring to draw a card. 2, we're going to do Red Lantern Power Ring. Look at these 2 cards. We will destroy the weakness and leave Savagery there. No power from that, but that's okay. 3, 4, and this is going to copy the kick for 6 power, which is enough to only get 1 card, unfortunately. That's okay. Should have gotten rid of Permanent Eclipse when I had the chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll go for 6 because of Oa. Okay, what are our options here? We're going to start with Gotham City. Are you an equipment? You are not, and we will discard that. Then we'll draw a card. There we go. 2 power, play the top card of the main deck. 3 power. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, count the superpowers, 10, 11 power total. I need 15, 12, spend that victory point, and we'll get to 13, 14, 15, buying all 3 of those cards. And then Permanent Eclipse is over. Thankfully. I am out of victory points, which isn't great. But we'll get him back. Okay. Okay, Kobra. I'm not far from beating him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get that 6th card for Oa. We're going to start with Jervis Tetch. Look at the top card of my deck. Destroy it or discard it. We will destroy that vulnerability, thank you. I can put a villain from my discard pile on top of my deck. Or I can just draw a card. I think we'll just go for the draw card. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Destroy and replace a card in the lineup. There we go. 6. I don't think I have any other Manhunters right now. Nope. So it's just the 6 power because these 2 aren't going to be doing anything. So we'll buy Starbolt, that's for sure. And we'll have to wait for Kobra for later. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6th card because of Oa. There we go. We're going to put level 7 down. We're going to play Nightmare Nurse, destroying this weakness and gaining 2 victory points. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try for Gotham City. Are you an equipment? You are not, and we will discard you. And we'll try for Dr. Savania. 8, 9, and I can put a card on top of a superpower on top of my deck. And I have to pay 2 VPs to draw a card. It might be overkill. I think we'll be fine to do it next turn and save that VP for something else. But we will buy Citizen Steel. New card coming out. Basically, I could have definitely beat Kobra this turn. 5 and a 6th card, but I decided to put it off to next turn to save the VP I would have had to spend to do that. Alright. 2. And then we're going to go right to Starbolt for 3, 4. Count those superpowers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 power. That's exactly what I was expecting. So 13 power there. We're going to say, Gotham City, are you an equipment? It is. 14, 15. And We're going to copy an equipment in our discard pile. Do I have a destruction equipment? I can't remember. I think I do have a Red Lantern Power Ring. Yes, I do. So 15, and we're going to play a copy of Red Lantern Power Ring. So reveal these 2 cards. Ooh, we'll destroy the kick. Getting us to 16, 17, 18, sorry, 18 total. And we won't be playing Iced Over because I want to buy that. So we're going to get rid of Kobra, getting us a victory point. And then we're going to also buy tarot cards. Okay. We've got a lot of really good cards in here. They're just hiding behind a few other ones we've gained along the way. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a pretty good hand. Let's have a new card come out. And then our new crisis is Powerless. All numbers on text boxes on cards, all numbers in text boxes on cards you play become 1 or 1. It's just 1 in quotes the letters and 1 the number. Contribute 4 cards with cost 1 or greater that do not have the word power in their text boxes. I haven't seen many cards that don't have power in their text boxes. Okay, and then our new villain is Power Ring. Each player destroys the highest cost hero in their hand and discard pile. This is not a good sign. Can I defend? We're going to try to use cat-like reflexes. When you are attacked, you may reveal this card from your hand to draw a card. That doesn't defend me. That's bad news. Okay, let me tell you why that's bad news. That just means we lost Frankenstein, and Frankenstein was our only way to get cards from the destroyed pile. So we lost Frankenstein, so that's bad. And then our highest cost hero in our discard pile here so far is Citizen Steel, but I'm sure there's something worse than that. Nope, it's Citizen Steel. Man. Oh, that just changes the entire strategy of the game. We just lost Frankenstein, which means all of these cards are really lost, because that's my only way to get anything from the destroyed pile. So Kyle Rayner is gone. Man, this is bad. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to start using Black Mana's ability to put the cards we really want at the bottom of the deck, so that hopefully they come up later. Okay. Very, very well. That's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be. Okay, we're going to use, so Powerless, we have to contribute cards that don't have the word power in it. Now, I don't think Joker's Daughter does, so contribute that. How many? 4 cards, that's a lot. All of these mention power, so that's not going to work. We're going to start with Gotham City. Are you an equipment? You are not, we will discard you. We'll play a punch, which triggers Monument Point to draw a card. Okay. We're going to play Mystic Bolts. Put up the 2 cards, each of cost 5 or less, from... put up the 2 cards, each of cost 5 or less, each of different cost, from your discard pile into your hand. So I'm looking for 2 cards, cost 5 or less, that do not mention the word power. That's dangerous. So Red Lantern Power Ring is one of them, and I don't want to lose that. Plastic Man is another one, and I don't want to lose that. So there's got to be something else. Canary Cry, there we go. That's just saved one of them. Ooh, draw a card, Flight Ring, even better. Another draw a card, Flight Ring. So we have a bunch of cards here that qualify and don't mention power. So we're gonna do Legion Flight Ring costing 2 and Canary Cry costing 4. This is not on Tabletopia. I searched last night. Alright, so I can at least gain these 2, which we will contribute right away to that. So we have 3 of the 4 we need up there, and that's a good sign. So we're at 1, 2, this becomes a 1, so that's 3, 4, 5 power total. Oh, he costs enough for us to get a 6 card, that's right. 6, look at this card we may put at the bottom of the deck. We will not, we're going to keep that. We're going to buy Batarang. No, we're not going to buy Batarang. Batarang can stay out there. Don't need it. Okay, New card comes out. Gotta try and beat Powerless. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You cost enough for me to get a 6 card. Ooh, you don't mention power. Metropolis it is. That's 4 cards. They're destroyed. And Powerless is over. No more of that, thank you. Okay, so now we can actually play cards the way they're intended. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's try Gotham City. Are you an equipment? You are not. And we will discard you, yeah. All right, 10, 11. We need something. I need something. So my greatest odds are probably saying punch and hoping that a punch shows up. So basically I get to choose a card name, reveal the top 3 cards of my deck, put all cards of that name into your hand. So I need 1 more power because I have 11 this turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I only need 1 more power. You know what? I'm going to go with kick. I think I have more kicks than I do punches. So 1, 2, 3, any kicks? Not a 1. Not a 1. Okay, we end up with 11 power then. We'll definitely buy Soul Taker Sword, but that is it. That is it. Whirlwind might be very helpful right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're enough for me to buy a 6th. Okay, we can put a villain on top of our deck or draw a card. We're going to go ahead and draw a card. It's a weakness, of course it is. Okay, 2, 3, 4, count those superpowers. 5, 6, and then 7. And these weaknesses are not going to help anyone. So with that 7, we're going to go ahead and buy Whirlwind and stop there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, Nightmare Nurse. We will play destroying this weakness and getting 2 victory points. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, count those superpowers. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, that's better. And then 14 power here. 14 power does beat Power Ring. We'll get a victory point for that. But we're going to spend 2 victory points to put a card at the bottom of the main deck. And that card is going to be Frankenstein. We need Frankenstein back. So hopefully we actually get to the bottom of the main deck. We'll just keep adding cards to the bottom of the main deck until we get Frankenstein back someday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't know the cost of the new villain, so we don't know if we can get a 6th card yet. So the new card is Superboy. Our new Crisis is Trinity War. At the start of your turn, put a card with that matches the cost of a card in the lineup from your hand into the lineup. Contribute 4 cards with cost 3. Then, Atomica. Stack ongoing. Players cannot play cards of cost 5 or greater. So we can't play cards that cost 5 or greater, and we have to contribute cards that cost 3. That's not great. But at least we can, well, you'll see what I do. Each player discards all cards with cost 5 or greater. So I have to discard all cards with cost 5 or greater. So that's these ones. I have no cards that match a cost out there, so we can spend 1 power. But that does trigger Monument Point, I guess, so we can draw a card. And then we'll try for Gotham City. Are you an equipment? It is not, and we will discard it. So we accomplished some things there. Still got 3 power there, which we aren't going to spend. New card comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that one costs enough for 6, I believe. Yep, cost 10 or greater. Okay, so I have to add a card to the lineup that matches the cost of a card in hand. We're going to add Science Cell. No, we're going to add a kick. No, Science Cell. What am I talking about? We have to contribute 4 different cards of cost 3, so they can get 1 kick. That's 1 card that costs 3. I don't want to get rid of Madame Xanadu, so I'm not going to if I can avoid it. So that's 2 power. Look at this card. We'll put that at the bottom, yes. Let's go ahead and spend 2 victory points to put another card at the bottom of the main deck. We'll make it... Oh, what should we make it? Kyle Rayner. Those are 2 very good cards sitting at the bottom of the main deck. We are at 2 power this turn. 3-4. Let's try for Gotham City. Are you an equipment? You are. Draw a card. 5, 6, 7, which we can use to destroy this vulnerability. With that 7, we'll get rid of Brother Blood, getting a victory point and a weakness. Okay, so that was a better turn than I was anticipating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You know what? Did I screw up that turn? I can't play cards that cost, what is it, 4 or more? 5 or more. Nope, none of my cards cost 5 or more that turn, so that was okay. New card comes out. I have to add a card to the lineup that matches a cost in the lineup. We're going to go ahead and add Black Lantern Power Ring because it costs 5, and I technically can't use it. I can't use it right now because I can't play cards at that cost. So I have to add cards that cost 3. I don't want to. That's the problem. Alright, so I can't play this. That's off the list of cards I can play. So we'll start then with Gotham City. Are you an equipment? It is not, and we're going to discard it because it costs 6. Guess that's all I can do there. 2, and I can put a superpower on top of my deck. Let's see, we've got a superpower of cost 3. That's not a kick. What kind of superpowers we got floating around in here? We got cat-like reflexes. That's perfect. That's exactly what we're going to put on top of our deck. Cat-like reflexes. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and copy an equipment. What equipment do we want to copy? Oh, we're going to copy Legion Flight Ring to draw a card so that we can get cat-like reflexes right in there. So we have 4 different cards. We're at 2. 2, 4, 6 so far. 6 power this turn that we will use. We're going to buy Force Field because it costs 3. Yeah, I wanted to buy one of the rings, but we bought Force Field because it costs 3, which we need for that. So just in case, worst case scenario, that's still available to us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's cost enough for 6. A new card comes out. Alright, what do I have? I've got Manhunter, which costs 3, and Jervis Tetch, which costs 3, and Power of the Green, that costs 3. So I can choose, I guess. Let's try some other things first, though. Let's try Gotham City. Are you an equipment? It is not, and we'll discard it. Anything else I can do? I definitely want to keep Power of the Green, so it's probably going to be Jervis Tetch and Manhunter at cost 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the end of Trinity War. Oh, I have to add a card to the lineup first. We'll add... Is there a 4 out there? There's not. There's 5s and 2. I guess we'll add Girl Power then. Because I really like Indigo Tribe. I'm not going to lose that. Goodbye to Trinity War. Okay. So, Atomica can be pretty tough, especially when you can only play cards that cost... What is it? 4 or less? Okay, yeah, you can only play cards that cost 4 or less. So that's a large chunk of your deck just gone. So that's 3. And with that 3, I'm not going to buy anything. We're just going to move on. You know, I'll buy a Batarang because I might need it for Atomica here. And we're going to shuffle everything up. At least Trinity War is over. That's good news. Shuffle everything up. Go ahead and get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I get a 6th one, yes. So if you're curious about why this isn't on Tabletopia, it's that Cryptozoic owns the license for physical copies, but they do not own the license for digital games. So you can get it on Steam Workshop because someone built it there, but they can't actually sell it. So yeah, that's never going to be on any kind of digital platform because they don't have the DC license for it. Can't play Nightmare Nurse, that's off the list. Can't play Mystic Bolt, that's off the list. Can't play Tarot Cards, that's off the list. So that's 2 4 power total, which we can spend on nothing. This is what I don't like about Atomica. So we'll try Gotham City. Are you an equipment? You are not, and we will discard that. At least then, we are in a situation where we can control what we are going to have in our next hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so I can play this entire hand. Perfect. Okay, we're going to start with Force Field, which allows us to draw a card. Can't play that card. That's oh well. That's oh well. Gotham City, are you an equipment? It is not. We will leave it there because it is at least enough cost that we can play it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We can't play Starbolt. You know, we can't play Starbolt yet. We can beat Atomica, though, which will gain us a victory point. And then we can play Starbolt. That's 2 plus 1 for each superpower. 3, 4, 5. With that 5 power, we're going to go ahead and buy Red Lantern Power Ring back. Yep, that's what we're going to do. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot of locations out here. City Destroyed hasn't come out, but it very well can, obviously. Let's go ahead and figure this out. So we have no defense in our hands. We don't know the cost of the next villain yet, so we can't use Oa just yet. Teleportation is out, though. And it's exposed. Put the top 3 cards of the main deck into the lineup. 1, 2, and 3. When a card of cost 6 or greater enters the lineup, each player gains a weakness. None of those did. Perfect. Oh wait, no, teleportation did. We gain a weakness. Contribute 3 cards with cost 6 or greater. That's a terrible card to follow up after Atomica. And then it's Blight. Each player destroys the top card of their deck. If its cost is 5 or greater, repeat the process. If its cost 0, discard a random card. I can't get cards from the destroyed pile, so I don't want to take that chance. We will use Force Field. While this card is in play, you may put it into your discard pile to void an attack. So that is done. So I have to contribute cards that cost 6 or greater? Yes, I do. Okay, so we're gonna play Gotham City. Are you an equipment? It is not. We will leave it there. We'll play Punch, triggers Monument Point to draw a card. So we're at 1, 2, 3 after Scythe, 4 after Ocean Master, and we'll destroy this weakness in the process, slowly getting rid of all of those. 5, 6, 7, 8, count those superpowers, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and did I try Gotham City already? I think I did. So with that 16, let's see what's in my discard pile real quick. Is there? Yeah. We're definitely going to buy Deadman, bringing us down to 12, and we're going to destroy these 2 weaknesses with buying Deadman. So we have 12 power. We're going to buy Teleportation because it can be used for Expose, so that brings us down to 5 power. And then I think we're going to get Wonder of the Night. There we go. Earth's Mightiest Mortal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is enough for me to draw a 6th, which we could have done last turn. I didn't think of it. So it has to be what? Cards that cost 6 or greater. I don't have any of those in my hand right now. We're going to try first for Gotham City. Are you an equipment? It is not, and we'll leave it there. All right, Madame Xanadu. I'm just going to make some room here. Madame Xanadu, 2 power. Look at this card. I can put it at the bottom. We will put Parasite at the bottom. Thank you. So that's 2. And where are we? 3, 4, 5, 6. This can copy the power of a card, so that's going to be 7, 8. And 9 for Savagery. I don't want to use Sonic Siren, so we're going to stick with the 9 by World's Mightiest Mortal. That's where we were, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So that's World's Mightiest Mortal and Talon, getting us a victory point and a weakness. And then before the turn ends, we'll spend 2 victory points to put something at the bottom of the main deck. And that's something that's gonna be... It's gotta be a good one in here. The Hourglass is a great card. It's a really great card. So that's the one we're gonna put there. I'm almost hoping we get low enough that we get to play those cards. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Do I have any cards that cost 6 or greater? I have Iced Over. It's one of my forms of income, but you know what? This crisis is bad. It's really bad. Let's try Gotham City. Are you an equipment? It is not, and we will discard that. 3, 4 power is all we get, which isn't gonna buy much. We'll get Raven for that. That's gonna be our turn. Not much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I just realized I'm supposed to gain a weakness every time a card of cost 6 or greater enters the lineup. That was at least 1, 2, 3 weaknesses I missed. So that's 1, 2, 3 weaknesses to go in here. Yikes. Really? Now, of all times? Okay. We're gonna start with T-Spheres. We're gonna say weakness. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, no, I can't play that card, can I? I can contribute them. Do I want to? We're gonna contribute Boomerang, that's for sure. So that's 2. No, I'm gonna keep T-Spheres. So we're gonna say weakness. 1, 2, 3. We get to draw all weaknesses that come out. Just the 1. Okay. We're gonna play Soul Taker Sword, destroying this weakness. So that's 4 power. We're gonna copy T-Spheres, and we're gonna say this time Dr. Savanya. It does help. It's well, this is solo, yes, but it can be played of up to 5 players. So I guess someone in there would know. Collectively, amongst 5 players, you should probably know most of the rules. But I think at 3 games a week for the last couple months, I've done pretty good about remembering all the rules. But yeah, there is a lot. But most of the time, I can look at like the picture of a card and know what the text is, which is scary sometimes. But then also, that leads to issues where I misremember what a card says, and then someone points out that's not what it says, and that's embarrassing. But that's okay. Alright, so I'm at 4 power, and this copied that for 6. We'll play Whirlwind to put our whole deck in our discard pile. Good, that was a good choice. 7... We're going to say 8, 9 to put a superpower on top of my deck. And what I'm looking for is a superpower that costs enough to be used for exposed. It's going to be teleportation. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Draw a card and get teleportation out there. That's 3 cards. That's beat. No more exposed. Still have 9 power left over. Not enough to beat Blight. It is enough for us to buy Shazam, though. Okay. We're going to go ahead. We're going to spend 2 victory points before that turn ends to put maybe Iced Over, but probably something better at the bottom of the main deck. No, we'll do Orange Lantern Power Ring. Okay. So yeah, the thing about the rules is that every effect is written out pretty clearly on the cards. I very rarely have to refer to the rule book. It's just that there's a lot of text out there and it changes all the time. So yeah, things get missed. I know they do. I try to make up for them when it happens, which is helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and yep, there's enough for me to get a 6th card. So, okay, well, we got that Shazam really quickly. Let's go ahead and try for Gotham City. Are you an equipment? You are not, and, you know, we'll leave that there. 2 power, look at this card. We get to play it. 3, 4, 5. I don't have Starbolt, that's too bad. So, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what? Oh, I don't have enough victory points for it. Man. If I had 2 victory points, I could draw the top card, which I know gains 2 power. Oh well. I have 10 though, which we will use to get Crimson Whirlwind and Girl Power. New card comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Anything I can do to draw a card? Because Soul Taker Sword came up at a bad time. We're going to say equipment. Are you an equipment? You are not. And we'll... Do I want to? Thinking about it. We'll leave it there. I'm going to spend a victory point to do Nanda Prabhat. Look at the top card. You may destroy it. Alright. Soul Taker Sword we're going to use to destroy Batarang because it's not that great a card. You know what? Maybe not. No. We're going to destroy this Kick because I can easily replace it. So 2, 4, 6, 8 copies a card, getting us to 12. I'm sorry, 10. What am I talking about? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We'll get Winged Warrior. That's all we can afford. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is taking a while. We're gonna try. First, we'll try Gotham City. We will discard that. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking too now. Yeah, I figured that. The base rules, I know those. It's the, hey, this changes temporarily because you have this crisis in play, or this changes temporarily because you have this villain in play. And those things are easier to forget because you're focusing so much on these cards in your hand that you forget there's some things over here that change things. You have a hero that changes things. Yeah, completely agree. A little heads-up display might be helpful, or a little prompt like, you can't play this card right now. That'd be helpful. Did I try for equipment yet? I did, and it was Chlorokinesis, and that was that. Okay, so we'll do Shazam. 2 power. Look at this card and play it. Okay. I guess I get to play Apocalypse this turn. Once during each of your turns, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a villain, draw it. If not, you may discard it. Sure, why not? Are you a villain? You are not. We'll leave you there, though. We'll leave you there. So 2, 3, 4. Look at the top card. 2 cards of your deck. Leave one on top and destroy the other. So we're going to destroy Ocean Master here to get 2, 4, 6 power. 7, 8 is all I'm going to get. With that 8, we'll buy Warrior Princess. Who doesn't want a 3 power turn? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6th card for Oa. Oa. All right, we'll start with Madame Xanadu. Look at the top card of the deck. You may put at the bottom. We're going to keep that on top. We can use that. So that's 2. Choose any number of players. Each of those gain a VP. Plus 1 power for each player chosen this way. So that's 3 power total. I don't think I've done Gotham yet, so Gotham City, are you an equipment? You are not. And we will leave that there. We're going to spend this victory point on Nanda Prabhat. Look at this card, we may destroy it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10 plus 1 for each hero. This should do it. 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 is enough to beat Blight finally. That took way too long. And we can go ahead and get on with our next turn. Had a hero come out, just in case that should stay back down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a defense in our hand, so that's good news. Our new crisis is a city destroyed. Had to happen eventually. Put all locations in the destroyed pile and in play into the lineup. That's a lot of locations. I knew it was coming. Okay, there's all the locations. When a location enters the lineup from the main deck, destroy the top 5 cards of the main deck. Contribute 3 locations to beat it. Okay, we're gonna have to try and buy all those locations and cycle through our deck quickly. Icicle. Each player gains a weakness for each hero in the lineup. We can defend against that. You may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, you may put a villain with cost 7 or less from your discard pile into your hand, or draw a card. I'm going to see what villains I have before I make that decision. Mazahs isn't going to do anything. Ocean Master's not going to help right now. Scythe's not doing anything. So we're going to draw a card. Mystic Bolt, good card to draw. Okay, and he costs enough that we can actually get a 6th card. Alright, Mystic Bolts, 1 power. Put up to 2 cards with cost 5 or less, and each with a different cost, from your discard pile into your hand. I want that Nightmare Nurse. Where is she? Do I not have her? Did I lose her earlier? She might just still be in the deck. So she can't use her. Who can I use? Tarot cards can be used to get ourselves a new... oh, nope, that's too expensive. Madame Xanadu is probably going to be one of them. Red Lantern Ring is tempting. Soul Taker Sword it is. Soul Taker Sword it will be. Okay, so we're at 1 power. Then we're going to play Soul Taker Sword, destroy a card in your hand. Goodbye to this weakness. That's 3 power. 4, 5, look at this card, I can put it at the bottom. We'll leave you there. Plus 5 gets us to 10 power. Reveal the top 2 cards of the main deck. Put any number of them into the lineup and the rest on the back on top in any order. We will leave them, we'll switch the order, but we're going to leave them on top. So again, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 power. 11, 12, 13, 14 allow me to put a superpower on top of my deck. We're going to put this Whirlwind up there, and I'll show you why in the next turn. Wait, that does do what I think it does, right? It doesn't do as much as I thought it did. Sorry. It's probably still going to be Whirlwind, and there's a reason for that, and I'll talk about it later. All right, 14. And then 15 power after Savagery. So what can we do with 15 power? We can get 3 locations at cost 5. That's what we can do. In fact, it's going to be these 3 locations. I'd like to keep Oa. In fact, I think I screwed up this turn because I think I used Oa even though I didn't own it. So I'm gonna, we'll just say I can only buy 2 of these locations. We'll buy these 2. I'm pretty sure I did draw 6 cards. 3, 4, 5, I'm almost certain of it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and say that I didn't have enough to buy all of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. New card comes out. We're gonna play Whirlwind. If this is the first card you play this turn, you may discard your hand and draw 4 cards. The reason I did that was solely just to move through the deck faster, so that we can get the locations we buy into the deck even sooner. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1. Nightmare Nurse, 2, 3, and destroy a weakness. getting us 2 victory points. So that's 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, we're going to say weaknesses. None of them. None of them. Okay. Okay. We're going to copy T-Spheres and say, oh, what was the name of that card? Oh no, I forgot the name. I know Sonic Siren was there. I purposely made the plan. I forgot what it was. I guess we'll say Sonic Siren. It was Force Field, that's what it was. But we definitely got Sonic Siren. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can destroy and replace a card out there, but I think we're just going to stop at the 6 because there's not really a point beyond that, and we'll get Monument Point. Because even if I destroyed a card and replaced it, I'd still have 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is only enough to buy one more, the same location. So it wouldn't have changed anything. We're going to start our turn with Starbolt, 2, and count those superpowers, and that's our entire discard pile. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 power generated there. Thank you, Starbolt. 17, 18, 19, 20, draw a card. We have locations in here. Hopefully we can start getting them soon. We're at 20 power though. Come on, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Draw a card. Draw another card, and this one stays out. Oh, 21 and draw a card. Draw a card. 23, 24 power. Okay, with 24, that's a little bit better. -7 brings us down to 17. -4 brings us to 13. And we're going to buy both of these at 5, bringing us down to 3 power, which we will buy Hawk Girl with. That's a lot of locations. So we have pretty much all the ones that have came out this game in our deck right now. We're just waiting for them to show up to get rid of City Destroyed. 2, 3, 4, 5, but this deck is pretty big. We're going to go through it as fast as we can. Any trick we have, we're going to use. So Metropolis, you can come on out here. You're contributed. Put up to 2 cards, each of cost 5 or less, and with different costs from your discard pile into your hand. We're going to take Nanda Prabhat for 1. And oh, do I want to get rid of Gotham City? Yeah, I think we're going to get rid of Gotham City. And that will be 3 locations, because they cost 4 and 5. That's 3 locations destroyed and a city destroyed over with. So that worked out really, really well. So that's 1, 2, 3, and a couple weaknesses don't do anything. With that 3 power, we won't be spending it. And we're just going to go ahead and move on with our turn. Now we get to keep the rest of those locations we ended up with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to spend our 2 victory points to put, which one? We'll put Gotham City back at the bottom of the main deck. So that maybe we'll get it back later. Just maybe. Nightmare Nurse is destroying a weakness. So we get 2 victory points. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will not be using Sonic Siren. And with that 6, we're going to go ahead and buy Green Lantern Power Ring, because that's a fantastic card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we have Monument Points. So now, when we play our first punch each turn, we can draw a card. 2, 4, 6, and copy and equipment. It might be Batarang, but let's see what we have. We're going to copy Legion Flight Ring and draw a card. 7, 8, and we're going to say punches. No, kicks. Yeah, 3 of them, we're going to say kicks. None of them. Okay. We're still at 8 power. We're going to get rid of both of these villains. Getting us down to 3 power. We get 2 victory points and 2 weaknesses for that. and a new card comes out. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gotta start getting some of those locations out here. Where are they? Well, let's start our turn with Red Lantern Ring. Look at the top 2 cards. Destroy one of them. We're gonna destroy Mr. Zaz, getting us 3 victory point, or 3 power. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Goodbye, Icicle. Getting us another victory point. Before the end of our turn, we're going to spend 2 of those victory points to put maybe Metropolis. I'm thinking Metropolis at the bottom of the main deck. How's that feel? I think Metropolis might be the answer. We have done a really good job at moving cards to the bottom of the main deck. Ooh, Dr. Midnight. I think we're going to do Metropolis, though. So hopefully, with Crisis Black Mana, we do get down there eventually. And we see some of those cards that we destroyed earlier. Unfortunately, early in the game, we were purposely destroying cards that we didn't want and putting them down there. So we're going to have to get to a bunch of granny goodnesses and stuff like that before we see the ones we want again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still only have those locations, so that's it. I have Girl Power as a defense, and I have Force Field. What card came out this turn? It was Skeets. Psychic Static. Put the top card of the main deck into the lineup. It's a superpower. When a superpower enters the lineup, put the top card of the main deck into the lineup. Another. Contribute 3 non-kick superpowers. Very well. And then it's Felix Faust. Each player passes the highest cost card in their hand to the discard pile of the player on their left. I am the player on my left. Gain a number of weaknesses equal to the VP value of the card you receive this way. I don't really want any more weaknesses. We're just going to discard Force Field to avoid this attack. Okay, so it has to be non-kick superpowers. We're going to give Shazam and Girl Power up. Those are 2 cards I just bought without even using yet, I don't think. I used Shazam earlier, but I have 2 copies of it. So that's 2 cards contributed. We're going to go with 2 power here for Madame Xanadu. Look at this card we may put at the bottom. We will put that at the bottom. 3, 4, 5 that we will use to buy Force Field back because I like that card and I'm sad it's gone now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gotta see those locations eventually. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, Apocalypse is out. We're gonna say it's a villain. It is not. We're gonna leave it there. We're gonna put Whirlwind out here. That's 3 kicks, but we have a villain here. We're gonna say 5 power. Reveal the top 2 cards of the main deck. Put any number of them in the lineup, and then the rest back on top in any order. Yikes! I don't want either of those in the lineup, but they will. So we have 4 power after beating Talon, gaining a victory point and a weakness. That means Psychic Static is defeated. Still have 4 power. 5, 6. Count the superpowers in my discard pile. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then 17, 18, and I can put a superpower on top of my deck. So we're going to put a superpower on top of my deck that's also a defense, because we're about to beat him, and I want a defense for this next villain. Do I have a superpower that's also a defense? I have Force Field, but you can't use that the same turn you play it. Alright, I have none that are also defense, so we'll take Force Field so that we at least have that next turn. So we have 18 power. Sorry about that. 18 power. And what do we want to do with that? Definitely want to beat Felix Faust. There's no way around that. That's gone. So that leaves us with 6 power, and we gain a victory point for that. And let's go ahead and gain ourselves... Let's get Skeets. Yeah, we're going to get Skeets. Yes, that's it. Alright, we're down to our last 2 villains and last 2 crises, so let's see what happens. 2, 3, 4, 5. Where are all those locations I bought? I know we have more than 2. They must all be sitting at the bottom of this deck. Okay. We have to have a new crisis, and it is releasing the prisoners. Put the top card of the main deck into the lineup. When a villain enters the lineup from the main deck, put a random villain from the destroyed pile into the lineup. That could be helpful. We get some villains back. Oh wait, no it can't. Can't be helpful because we have to remove them again. Contribute 4 cards with cost 4. And our new villain is Gog. Stack ongoing. At the start of each of your turns, at the start of each player's turn, they discard a card unless they destroy a card in their discard pile. This is how we're going to destroy all of our weaknesses. So at the start of my turn, I have to destroy a card in my discard pile or discard a card. We're going to destroy this weakness in my discard pile. That's what we're going to do. Okay, I need 4 cards of cost 4. I have none in my hand, so not this turn. I don't think we put a card out for the turn yet. That costs 4, and I don't like it. So, let's start with Apocalypse. Are you a villain? You are not. We will leave you there. We'll play Force Field, allowing us to draw a card. We'll play Tarot cards, getting us a victory point. Let's go ahead and use my Black Manta ability to put a card at the bottom of the main deck. After spending 2, we'll put Dr. Midnight down there. I don't think we're going to see those cards we put down there, but maybe. Maybe. So we're at 1 power. 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Reveal and play the top card of the main deck. Oh, 7, 8, 9. 10 and +1 for each hero in my discard pile, and then I play this turn. So that was again what? 1, 3. So 1, 4, 7. 8, 9, 10, and then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 power is a lot. Yeah, I'm not going to complain about that. 23, 24, but also triggers Blue Lantern Ring for 25. That's a lot of power. We're going to buy everything out there that costs 4. So 4, 2, 3, 4, that's 16 power. So that leaves me with 9 power that I will use to buy Mind Control Hat. Because who couldn't use one of those? 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta shuffle my discard pile. Hopefully that stack of 4s works its way to the top of the deck. We're gonna shuffle, 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 get them mixed up. So it's not going to be like the locations, hopefully. Hopefully. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There should be at least 1 location in here. I thought there were more. Really? We only end up keeping 2? I find that hard to believe. All right, we're going to start our turn by doing our Black Mana ability to spend 2 victory points and put a card at the bottom of the main deck. What do we want to see again? Nanopropot's a good card, but we don't need it right now. Maybe Boomerang? Or Manhunter. I don't want to put villains down there because we can't buy villains. Not for a while. Not till we get Frankenstein back, which is very far away. Probably Iced Over. Iced Over is an interesting card at least. So we'll do Iced Over at the bottom of the main deck. Okay. So, we can draw a card for Canary Cry. Then we're going to try Force Field. Apocalypse. Are you a villain? It is not, but we'll leave it there and play Mind Control Hat to draw 2 cards. We're at 0 power. 2, 3, but that triggers Monument Point to draw a card. We're going to give up this cost 4 card for good reason. I don't know why I didn't give up Canary Cry. I really should have. I wasn't thinking. Wasn't thinking about the end game. All right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we can copy the power of another card, which is only 2, so that's going to be 10, 11. That 11, is there anything out there that costs 4? No, but we'll get Power of the Green, and we'll get Superboy, which is 8, and that's going to be that turn. And a new card will come out. Oh, it's a villain, which means something. When a villain enters the lineup from the deck, put a random villain from the destroyed pile into the lineup. Yikes. Okay. We have to shuffle that up. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Alright, we're just going to put a random villain out. So what do we have? Oh, it's Joker's Daughter. Really expensive one. Why not? Okay. That's a good card. I don't want to have to get rid of that. There's Oa. I don't know where that was hiding. So Oa can come out, and that'll get us back to 6 card turns, which is nice. We're going to try for Apocalypse. Are you a villain? It is not, and we'll discard it. We're going to play Raven 1 and draw a card. No, not yet. I know Dr. Zavanya costs 4, but he's very useful. So 1, 2, 3, and put a superpower on top of my deck. We're going to put Canary Cry on top of my deck so we can get rid of that next turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and +1 for each superpower in here. 6, 7, 8. That's not a lot, I know, but then we play Warrior Princess, getting us to 11. And if I have played one or more Starbolt cards this turn, gain a card from the lineup and put it into my hand. So that's 11. We're going to go ahead and gain Yellow Lantern Corps, get to 12, 13, which is enough to definitely beat both of these guys, getting us 2 weaknesses, but also 2 victory points. And we're going to spend those victory points right away to add a card to the bottom of the main deck. So what do we want to put down there? I'm going to put Citizen Steel down there. All right, hopefully some good came from this turn. We'll see. We'll see when it all comes back together. We did purposely put a 4-cost card on top of our deck, so that's at least 1. Please don't be a villain. Perfect. Star Sapphire Power Ring is even better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you cost enough for me to get 6. Oh, I keep forgetting about Gog's ability. Oh, I have to destroy a card in my discard pile. Oh man, there's a lot going on. Okay, weakness is destroyed. I could have been in a much better place if I'd been paying attention to that. Okay, I've got 1 card of cost 4. We'll give it. We need how many? 4 of them. We're going to play Force Field to draw a card. Then we're going to put an equipment from my discard pile into my hand. You know what? No, we're not. No, we're not. We're going to play Shazam. 2 power. Play this card. 3, 4, and I can destroy a card in my hand. You know what? We will destroy this Batarang. 5, 6. Put an equipment from my discard pile into my hand. Do I have a 4-cost equipment floating around in here? I do not. I have this. Is this gonna do anything good for us? It'll be okay. No, this. Okay, so I get to draw a card, and I got an equipment from my discard pile into my hand. Then we'll play Mind Control Hat to draw 2 cards. Where are we now? We're at 2, 4 power. We're going to Plastic Man that Mind Control Hat to draw 2 more cards. I'm just trying to get all the cards I can out of this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and +1 for each hero in my discard pile. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You know, I could keep going because I've got this Blue Lantern Power Ring, but that's enough to buy the whole lineup, and that's all I can do. So I'm just going to buy Star Sapphire Power Ring and stop the turn there. Before the end of the turn, though, I will spend my 2 victory points to put something at the bottom of the main deck, and we'll make that Hawk Girl. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and because of his cost, we get 6. We have to destroy a card in my discard pile or discard one in my hand. I think I'm going to destroy this weakness in my discard pile. We're going to destroy anything else? Yeah, we're going to give up one of these Soul Taker swords. Then we're going to play a Soul Taker sword and destroy this weakness. So that's 2. 3, 4, look at the top card. Put that at the bottom of the main deck. Yes, yes, yes. 5, 6, count those superpowers. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, we got 13 there. Let's try for Apocalypse. Are you a villain? It is not. We're going to leave it there because it costs 4. We can draw a card. 13. There's that. That's the end of releasing the prisoners because those are all destroyed now. And is that a 13 power we ended up with that we will use to buy, I guess, Soul Taker's Sword, but we're probably going to destroy it later if we get a chance. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have Gog in the way, and he makes us either discard a card or destroy one in my discard pile. Do I have any more weaknesses floating around in here? I probably do. And if I don't, we do. But if I don't, we'll just start destroy something else. Nightmare Nurse, 2 power. We're going to destroy this weakness in my discard pile. I know I just saw it. Getting us 2 victory points. Okay? Then we're just going to spend those 2 victory points right away for Black Mana's ability to put a card at the bottom of the main deck. And we're going to make that card. Oh, not a villain. Villains would be bad right now, but we'll make a Hero of the Future, I think. Yeah, we're going to make a Hero of the Future. That's a good choice. So, that's going down there. I am wondering if I'm going to start seeing some of the cards I destroyed earlier. I would like to see that happen. So that's 2. I can put a villain on top of my deck. Who do I have available to me? Got Dr. Savanya. He's helpful. I'll put Dr. Savanya on top of my deck. Then we're going to use Apocalypse and say, are you a villain? And it is. Alright, so 2, 4, put a superpower on top of my deck. We're going to put Starbolt on top of my deck. So 2, 4, T-Spheres. We're going to say Starbolt. And we got one. Yep. So, 2, 4, 6 power. Draw a card. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, I can destroy a card in my discard pile. We're going to destroy Dead Man. And then 13, 14, count those superpowers. 4, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 power. That beats Gog. Alright, and that leaves us with 6 power that we will use to buy Skeets here. And we will move on to our next turn. Okay, we're going to go ahead and draw 6 cards because I know the cost of this villain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to go ahead and get my notepad because we're going to need it. Ta-da! Okay. So we have 1 defense in our hand, so that's good. Get our new crisis. It is Hunted by the Crime Syndicate. When you buy or gain a villain, choose another player, resolve it like a first appearance attack against that player. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Okay. If it doesn't have one, that player gains 2 weaknesses cards instead. Well, there's no other player, so I can't choose another player, so that just doesn't take effect. Now, if I buy a villain from the lineup with an attack, I can immediately contribute to this crisis. And then to beat it, I have to contribute 3 attack cards. I'm not sure if I have any attack cards. I've got 1 in my hand, so that helps. Alright, the new villain is Crisis Mazahs. At the start of your turn, discard a random card from your hand. Mazahs costs 1 more to defeat this turn for each card of that type in the lineup and destroyed pile. Now, it's not going to matter so much while the crisis is still out because I can't beat him while the crisis is still there, but still have to discard that card. And that card's going to be Red Lantern Ring. That's too bad. I wanted to keep that one. Okay, so that's out. We have to have a new card come out. And we're going to contribute Scythe to Hunted by the Crime Syndicate, because that is an attack card. We need 3 of them out there. So we're going to start with Mystic Bolts, 1 power, and I can put up to 2 cards of cost 5 or less from the discard pile into my hand. Let's look for attack cards. Do I have any? I better. Attack cards aren't really common in Crisis games. You tend to avoid them. There's one. I have that one, but it's not 5 or less. It costs 7. I have Yellow Lantern Power Ring, so there's that. Okay, we can get Yellow Lantern Power Ring. That's 1 card. I still need 1 more card of cost 4 or less now, since we've already used that one. What's in my... I need to see my hand real quick. Okay, yeah, we're going to have to get Soul Taker Sword. We're going to play it and destroy the weakness in here. We're going to contribute this attack card. So we have 2 attack cards, and we have 3 power. 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try Apocalypse. Are you a villain? It is not, and we'll discard it. So 7 power. That's pretty good. That's respectable. We're not going to buy anything with that, but we at least tried. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have to discard a random card, so I'm not even going to look at them. I'm just going to make this a little bit easier. Put these all over here. Nah, we'll pick this one we discard. It's not an attack card, so that's fine. Do I have any attack cards here, though? Hey, level 7 is an attack card, and so is Chlorokinesis. We're going to give it level 7, I think, because we're not going to be drawing any cards. So level 7 it is. So that's 3 attack cards. Those are destroyed. So this Crisis is gone. Now we should have calculated this. We discarded a superpower. So that means Crisis Mazah usually costs 14. But when we play a superpower, we're going to go ahead and have to draw some cards, or have to count some cards. So he costs 14 and then +1 for each superpower in the lineup and discard pile, or destroyed pile. So 14, let's count those superpowers, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 power. Alright, so he's going to cost 24 this turn. Now we can adjust that by adding cards to the destroyed pile or removing them. And I believe we have the ability to buy things from the destroyed pile now, so that helps too. But this turn he's going to cost 24 to beat. We are at 5, and we can look at these 2 cards, put them back in any order. We're going to switch these 2. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and get a victory point, 10, 11. So with that 11 power, that's obviously not enough. But we can buy stuff from the destroyed pile here, which is helpful. We're going to buy, what? The Demon Etrigan? That's a great choice. Now I feel bad that I destroyed all those cards. I could have, potentially, kept them here for now. I think Demon Etrigan's the way to go. I've done a lot of work on destroying a lot of cards. So I think I saw Jervis Tetch in there. He'd be helpful with our hat, because we have his hat. We're going to go with the Demon Etrigan. So we're going to buy him for 7. I still have 4 left over. Could I still afford? I could still afford Jervis Tetch's hat. So we're going to do that. Shuffle everything up. Let's see how we do. We can get 6 cards. We have to discard a random card. But we can do this. We're almost at the end of Crisis Mazah. Hopefully we discard a punch. We discard a punch, we're all set. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. To discard our random cards. I'm not even going to look at them. It just makes discarding a random card so much easier on my heart. We'll do this one. It's this. Okay, so heroes. So right now, for a hero, we have to have a card come to the lineup. So we have 14, 15, 16, and then in the destroyed pile, 17, 18. Not much. 19, 20, 21, 22. Not much. We've done a good job of putting cards at the bottom of the main deck, so there's not really a lot going on up here. So 22 power this turn. Let's try. We're going to start our turn with Red Lantern Power Ring to look at these two cards. We will destroy Chlorokinesis, and we'll get 4 power for doing such, and we'll leave Kick on top. So that's 4. We'll go ahead and draw that. Then we'll try Apocalypse. Are you a villain? It is, so we get to draw that. So 4, 8. I can put a hero on top of my deck, but I'm not going to. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then play this card. 17, and that's all the power we're going to get there. So 17 power is obviously not going to be 22. But we can buy some more cards. Joker's Daughter for 7, leave me with 10 power. We're going to buy... maybe not that one. Got 10 power. Let's go ahead and buy 2 Manhunters. For 6, leaving me with 4 power. Is there any more Manhunters? Yes, there is. There's our last Manhunter there. So that's 3 Manhunters we have floating around our discard pile. That's going to help. New card comes out. It's a Manhunter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Have to discard a random card. This one. It's an equipment. So, let's try this. Equipment. Okay, we've got 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. That's pretty cheap so far. 18, huh? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 23, it's kind of like right between those superpowered equipment, superpowered heroes. All right, 23 power this turn. Okay, let's start our turn by doing Apocalypse. Are you a villain? It is not, and we're going to leave that there. 5 power, look at the top 2, put them back in any order. We'll put them back, we'll leave them right in the order they're in, thank you. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then count these heroes. Probably not many. 15. 15's not going to do it. But we will go ahead and buy Deadman, and we'll use that to destroy Sonic Siren and Legion Flight Ring. Yeah, that'll help. So 15 minus 4, still have 11 power left over after that. Is there anything we wanted to buy for that? There might be. Yeah, we'll get Hero of the Future. No, I don't have much defense. No. You play or have played this. Yeah, I'll get Hero of the Future. 11 minus 4 leaves me with 7 power. We'll get another Manhunter for 3, bringing me down to 4 power. We'll get this Manhunter out of the lineup, which will get us a weakness and a victory point. And that leaves us with 1 power. We're going to spend both of these victory points to put a card at the bottom of the main deck, and we're going to make it Legion. We're going to make it Sonic Siren. That's what we're going to make it. Get down there. Okay. New card has to come out. We are so close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Discard a random card. This one. Tarot card. So it's an equipment again. So last time it was 23, but now it's going to be 14, 15, 16, 17. Let's count our equipment again. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We added an equipment, so it's going to be 24 this time to beat them. It's one of the things that's harder about Crisis Mazahs. You don't know what to anticipate. Alright, let's start. We're going to start with Crimson Whirlwind. You may put your deck into your discard pile. Very well. And we did that so that I can do Mystic Bolts. Put up to 2 cards with different costs. Cost 5 or less. Okay, so maybe Madame Xanadu. Starbolt. Now we're talking. Definitely Starbolt. Maybe Madame Xanadu to go with it. It's definitely going to be Starbolt. I need one more card that costs something other than 5. We're going to get Warrior Princess is too much. Nightmare Nurse? You cost 5. So does Star Sapphire. Man, there's a lot of good cards in here that just... Manhunter it is. Manhunter it is. I should have known. I should have known. Okay. That's our discard pile. We're going to go ahead and play Madame Xanadu. Look at the top card we may put at the bottom. We will leave her there. In fact, she was supposed to come out this turn. This card. Look, oh, yes, we will put that at the bottom. Thank you. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, plus 1 for all the superpowers over here. 8. Where are my superpowers? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Now you can see why I put my whole deck in my discard pile. So 17, 18, and then plus 2 for each Manhunter in here. Where's my Manhunters? I know you're in here. Come on. Where are they? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We've already beat it. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 32, 34, and we get the name a card. Let's see what we got. I'm just curious, mostly. We'll say Kicks. 34, and I didn't get to draw any cards. All right, 34, though, that definitely beats Crisis Mazahs. We only needed 24 this turn, and we got 34, so that beats that. Okay. I really like Crisis Black Mana. Here's my problem with him in Crisis mode, is when you beat Crisis Mazahs, even if you don't have Frankenstein, you can buy cards from the destroyed pile. So I spent this entire game putting cards at the bottom of the main deck in the hopes that maybe someday they'd come out and I'd buy them again, or at the very least I'm building up the main deck, which is great. If I had approached it with the strategy of just throwing cards at the bottom that I do not want for the whole game, I would have been much better off. But because I put cards down there that I wanted, they weren't available to me when Crisis Mazahs came out. So that was my fault. I should have thought ahead on that. And Black Mana will be better off in my hands next time I play as him. I really do like the ability, though. I mean, we ended up with 0 victory points at the end of the game because we used his ability so much, which isn't that common in a Crisis 3 game. So that's that. Really enjoy it. I do like a lot of the cards that come with what are we playing? Yes, JSA, crossover 1. Especially like T-Spheres, that's a fun ability. You can manipulate it by controlling what's on top of your deck. You can play the odds and say something like a kick or a punch and get them. Or you can just gamble with it and get what you need, which happened at least once this game, and it feels really good when that happens. Starbolt's, as always, in a Heroes Unite game, a star card of the game. You can't play without it. And yeah, I really like this. I love playing, and if I have to talk to you guys the whole time, I guess that's fine too. So this again is for the Solo Crisis League. We take this win-lose condition system of the Crisis expansion and say, how well did you win or how badly did you lose by ranking you against other players against different metrics like the size of the main deck, how many weaknesses there are in your hand, how much you've spent on villains throughout the game. It's a lot of fun. I love running the league. I love making sure it all runs smoothly, but even more so, I like playing. So I love playing every week here for all of you. If you want to support that in any way, if you want to support the leagues, if you want to support the videos, any of that stuff, I actually offer this this play map for the game is designed by me and is available in my Etsy store. There's a link below for that. If you want to support another way, you can just keep watching. Thanks for watching. That's great. But there's also the Patreon. Patreon gets you rewards here in the videos. It gets you special videos. Those are coming out very shortly. And it also gets you rewards within each league. The Solo Champions League, which uses Marvel Champions, and the Solo Crisis League, which uses DC Comics deck building game and its Crisis expansions. So, in those you'll get like mid-round results or a special backers-only round between seasons. It's probably worth it. Maybe. Look at it. See if it interests you. There's a link below to explore that and see if there's something there for you. So I have a few people to thank because we had a lot of people join recently. We got Agent Xander. Agent Xander, thank you for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have Babycorn from the Marvel Champions League. Thank you, Babycorn. We have Terrax, consistently at the top of the Marvel Champions, the Solo Champions League. So thank you, Terrax. We have Trace AE, one of the newer players in the Solo Champions League. Thank you for backing. That's what I've got for today. I want to thank you all for watching, and you have a good weekend.